Hello and welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is like a really interesting, never-ending arc, it seems, with respect to The Flash and Batman, or a Batman, and older Batman actors reprising the role of Batman once more. We have heard over the last few weeks so much. So it started with Jeffrey Dean Morgan apparently in the run-up to play Thomas Wayne, which is obviously Flashpoint Batman, which would have been fantastic actually, and I still think that's actually the best avenue to go down, as much as I love the nostalgia and as much as I love the next bit of news, which was rumoured to have Michael Keaton come back as Batman. I still firmly think that I just think this is interesting. I think it's too good a casting to waste, although inevitably now it seems to have turned around the fact that he's definitely not in the run-up, so you might think, because again, like I say, we then had the other rumours that we're going to get Michael Keaton, and then that also extended even further to newer projects. It was going to be a multi-deal, not just the one that we'd heard of, i.e. the Flash movie, but it would be multiple movies, and it would also push him to become, you know, Bruce Wayne Batman in a Batman Beyond film. Which makes sense, but now we're hearing other things. Fuck me. And this is where I think, like, this is where I start to lose hope for Warner Brothers, I guess, a little bit, because I just think, again, it's that early discussions are like this for most projects, right? However, it still screams to me that they don't really have like a clear-cut direction, which is a shame, because apparently The Flash, if Michael Keaton doesn't come back, Christian Bale will come back. Or that's what they're looking to do. Basically, it sounds like the bigwigs up at Warner Brothers and HBO and AT&T said, hey, look, this film clearly can't stand on its own 2 feet with Ezra Miller, because he's a terrible human being, he doesn't sell films, he's awful. No one likes him as Flash. What are we doing? That's genuinely what it sounds like they've gone and done here. So we need to get something else in here to sell the movie. This would have sold it, right? Jeffrey Dean Morgan as brutalistic Batman, Flashpoint Batman, would be epic. I don't think anyone can argue with that. That would be super cool. Go watch Watchmen. And then just picture that as Batman. Yes, let's do it. Thomas Wayne, awesome. This would have sold it. So would this. This would really sell it. Again, judging by all of the responses you guys have given to the videos I've done on this, this would really, really, really sell it. This would be awesome. You guys would love this. And Batman Beyond, I'm a huge fan of Batman Beyond. I love Batman Beyond. Awesome, awesome, awesome cartoon. Very interesting take and a natural progression, I think, from Batman the Animated Series. Really is, in fact, actually, especially the ending, what it all alludes to and implies and things like that, would be really, really good. And then if this didn't work, then we've apparently got Christian Bale. It's literally a case of they know that Ezra Miller doesn't sell anything, so let's just get other people on board. And that's a shame, because I think ultimately, that's a shame, mainly because it just sounds like they don't have a clear-cut plan again. And I just go back to the thing, like, you've got Robert Pattinson, right? Embrace him, right? He's supposed to be having a trilogy of movies, right? That's what's supposed to happen. So embrace it, you know? Embrace that. Really, really work with that. Really push it forward. You've made your bed, lie in it, sort of situation. And I think you could work with that, and I think it could be good. Minus the kind of working out, not working out, size, etc., all that kind of nonsense. And this just screams to me that they don't know what they're doing. So the latest report, and this is where I start to think that a lot of this stuff is just bollocks. Because there's just so many names being thrown around. I just think a lot of it might be bollocks. And I don't know, obviously. I don't know. But to have Jeffrey Dean Morgan, to Michael Keaton, to Batman Beyond, to Christian Bale, I just go, what? Really? So this latest report, this is on CBR.com, and they say that the announcement that Michael Keaton could be joining the DC Extended Universe's Flash film as Bruce Wayne Batman was met with cheers and applause from fans and critics alike. And that's the thing, everyone loved it. And this is what leads me to think that they definitely know that Ezra Miller is not a draw, and he's not. Like, he's terrible. No one's going to look at him on a movie poster and go, oh, I'm watching that movie. However, a new rumour suggests that nothing is set in stone and that Warner Brothers, which owns the DC films, has a backup plan if things don't go its way. So they're trying to get Michael Keaton. That's not done yet. It's not a done deal. And they're looking to get Christian Bale. So according to Jeremy Conrad's DCEU Mythic, talks between DC and Keaton are still ongoing, and in the event that they fall through, however, Warner Brothers still wants to cast an older Batman for the film in the form of Christian Bale, who portrayed, of course, the Cape Crusader in Christopher Nolan's gritty Batman trilogy. Conrad also reported that the studio currently has no plans on approaching Ben Affleck, who has expressed that he is done with the role permanently. Now, why do I think that this part is nonsense? Right. Michael Keaton's Batman is very comic booky. The Flash is very comic booky. It's in line with modern day comic books. Modern day comic book movies. But it's still very comic booky, isn't it? Christian Bale Batman was not comic book like at all. It was very gritty, very serious. It was Nolan's Batman. It was very visceral, very realistic. And how are you going to blend those two worlds? How are you then going to go to doing the whole Batman Beyond situation? What is going on here? Not only that, like Christian Bale's Batman, he was done. He had his back broken. He had his knees all smashed up. You know, in that universe, he was done, wasn't he? He was pretty much done. And I like Christian Bale's Batman. I like Nolan's films. I thought they're really, really good. But he was done. So I personally, I can't see this being real. Because, I mean, if it is, that's terrible casting. Like, it's terrible to blend those two worlds. I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work at all. I mean, what is Christian Bale's Batman going to do in that universe? He'd get bitch slapped across the planet. You know? Like, he really would. Like, he had to deal with Bane, Tom Hardy's Bane, that was just a big bruiser. He wasn't exactly wasn't super powered, wasn't with venom running through his veins, was he? So, it doesn't gel. And I cannot see that this would make any sense. And it also flies in the face of any of these rumours. So somewhere along the line, rumours are afloating and they're just being made up, basically. This one I can't see being true just because I just think it simply wouldn't actually work. Anyway. Now, the report obviously continues. It says, whether it's Keaton or Bale, the Flash's Batman will not be a young fighter like the Batman's Robert Pattinson or even Affleck's mature and grizzled version of the character from BVS, Dawn of Justice and Justice League. Rather, the DCEU is looking to create an older version of the character that will act as a guide to Ezra Miller's Flash, as well as other DC heroes, similar to Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that is the clincher. He doesn't know this universe's Batman, Chris Nolan's Batman, Christian Bale's. He doesn't. How is he going to know anything going on in this universe? He doesn't know. At least I could kind of see Michael Keaton's Batman knowing that. I could kind of see it. You know, like it kind of makes sense. You could sort of see it. Christian Bale, like, he was smart. They tried to lean on the detective element a little bit more, which was good. I liked that a lot. You could see him. I could see him doing it a little bit with detective work, but he doesn't know anything about the universe. How is he going to be a Samuel L. Jackson type? You know, how's he going to be a Nick Fury type? And then the other elements of the report, you know, it says that Conrad also reported that the studio currently has no plans on approaching Ben Affleck. Apparently, there are still talks of him kind of reprising the role for like a cameo in a form of a DC Universe series. That's still happening, apparently, from my sources anyway. But there you go. That's the report. That's the news. It's just this never-ending I don't know, just plan of action going on here. What do you think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on everything. Cheers. Take care.